Thank you, Courtney. As you mentioned, my name is Veronica Valencia. I am manager for Valley Clean Air now, and I will be giving you guys a presentation on the vehicle replacement program, which allows low-income residents to exchange their old high-polluting cars for vehicles that are newer hybrids, newer plug-ins, or electric vehicles. So I will go ahead and share my screen.
I'm confused.
Let's see. And that's the wrong screen. Here we are. Okay, are you guys able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so how the program works. The Drive Clean of San Joaquin replacement program will help you replace your older car with newer models. And we have pictures of before and afters. These are actual participants that have been through the program. You can receive up to $9,500 for the retirement of your vehicle that is 2006 and older, by replacing it with a car that is 2015 and newer. There's other criteria that need to be met, and we'll go through that with the presentation. If at any time you have any questions, feel free to ask. And again, these are actual participants that are showing the car that they retired with the car that was replaced. Vehicles that can be replaced, the cars do have to be operational. But we do take some diesels, but most of the cars that we have been retiring are gasoline powered. The car now has to be 2006 and older. You do have to have owned the car for at least 6 months. It has to be in your name for at least 6 months, or you started the registration process with the Department of Motor Vehicles for at least 6 months, which means that they gave you an incomplete registrations if you were not able to complete the entire process for registering your car yet. We do ask that the vehicle have 2 years proof of use in California. Now, if you've only owned your car for 6 months, we show you how it is that you can obtain that use. That is one of the requirements for the program. The areas that we're covering are the Central Valley. You must reside within this jurisdiction of the San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution District, which are the counties that are listed here. Fresno, Kern, Kings, Madera, Merced, San Joaquin, Stanislaus, Tulare. Now, the income requirements. There is 3 levels that you can participate in as long as you fall within these income requirements. The participant does need to be at or below 400% of the federal poverty level in order to qualify. Now, the incentive is adjusted depending on the income qualification that you have. The annual income chart that you will see here is also on our website. It's all public. So you're able to see, what category you would fall in, what incentive you would be qualifying for. If you are at 225% or below of the federal poverty chart, then you get the full incentive amount. So here is an example of the household size and the incentives. These are the 3 brackets: 225%, 300%, 400%. So if in your household, and we go by what's on your tax return. So if in your tax return, you only have, just yourself on that tax return, there's no dependents, then one person, the max they can have for income is $54,360. If you fall in the 400%, then the incentive you receive is not $9,500, it is lower. So the incentives are income based. If you are, $30,000, then you qualify for the full incentive, which we will go through each incentive in the next slide. If you have a household husband, wife, and you have 3 dependents, that would be a household of 5. So you go to the family size and then you look across to see where your income is at. On the FAQ page, on our Valley Camp page, we do have all the way down to household family of 8. And then at any time, if you guys have any questions, you guys can always give us a call or text us. Here are the incentives that you would qualify for. If you fall into the incentive of 225% income guideline, then the maximum that you get is $9,500 for an electric car or a plug-in vehicle. If you decide or opt in for a hybrid, then the maximum incentive is $7,000. If you fall in the 300 percentile for the guidelines for the income level, then the electric vehicle, the incentive is $7,500. The plug-in vehicle is $7,500, and the hybrid would be $5,000. If you fall in the 400 percentile, then for an electric car or a plug-in hybrid, you receive $5,500, and there is not an option for a hybrid here. So again, it just depends on where you fall within the income bracket. Now, the requirements to replace the vehicle, the cars, you do have to purchase it through a dealership, to one of the participating dealerships that we have, which again, we have on the website. You will see in the FAQ page all the dealerships that we currently have that are participating with Valley Can. Example, we do have CarMax. CarMax is one of the participating dealerships. We have Enterprise, in Modesto, Fresno, Bakersfield. We have local dealerships in each city that have now joined Valley Can. So depending on the area that you're in, you can have a local dealership. If you decide that you live in Bakersfield, but you want to shop with one of the dealerships from Stockton, you're more than able to do so. But the dealerships do have to be one of the participating dealerships that are on the Valley Clean Air page. Now, the requirements for the car that you're going to be replacing, it does have to be 2015 and newer. The car we prefer, it's ideally for your best interest if you choose a vehicle that has less than 80,000 miles, but definitely cannot go over 100,000 miles. The finance, whether you decide to go through the dealership or whether you decide to go through your own finance, bank, credit union, loan, etc., the finance rate cannot exceed 15.99%, and the vehicle that you choose cannot have any active safety recalls, which at the time that you select the vehicle, the dealership will check that for you. Now, to qualify for the car or to qualify for replacement, these are the requirements that we ask you to submit so we can process your application. So if you've owned the car for more than 2 years and you're able to give us the 2 years registration or 2 years of insurance, either one or a combination of both, as long as it totals 2 years for the proof of use, is what we will ask you for. If you have owned the car for less than 2 years, but at least 6 months, then we can always provide you with the link to the DMV website where you can order vehicle registration history of the car. And that'll show on there if the car has been registered prior, even if it was not registered under you. So the car had to have activity within the last 2 years in order for you to qualify with the program. And these are one of the ways that we use to show use of the car is registration, insurance. There has been times where we have to go, with services that you've done on the car, a Carfax that you can provide. So if both of these options is not something that you can provide, there's other ways that we can possibly work with you to help you qualify. We do require that you have the title of the car and that there is no active liens on the car, which we will verify as well. So if there was a loan, as long as you have it signed off and stamped, then we can proceed with your application if you haven't taken off the lien from the registration, but you have the title showing that it's stamped and signed off by the lien holder. We do require the first 2 pages of your tax return, again, to see, what income or what incentive you would qualify for. You can cover the Social Security numbers when you email those documents to us. For for proof of address, to make sure that you are within one of the counties that the program assist with incentives at the moment, we do ask for a utility bill, whether it's PG&E or SoCal, Edison, a water bill, etc. Now, it does not have to be in your name. We have participants who rent a room and the utility bill is not in their name, and sometimes their landlord does not want to let them have any personal information. We will work with you as far as what you can provide, assuming that you're in that situation where you're renting a room and the utility bill is not in your name. We do require a California and a valid California driver's license. And cannot be expired. I know with the situation going on with COVID, we have ran into situations where DMV has mailed you a form saying that your driver's license is still active. We will take that form at the moment as well. So if that's the case, again, we're willing to work with you and see how we can help you qualify with the program. Now, customers who are purchasing plug-in vehicles or completely battery electric vehicles, they also can qualify for an additional $2,000 towards the purchase of an installation at your house. So there can be an electric charging station for those of you that are getting a plug-in car or a fully electric car, an electric charging station that you can have at your home. So you can charge your vehicle there. And this incentive is available after you have purchased your vehicle. Then we can have that department contact you if that is something that you would be interested in. Now, how you apply for the program, you can email all your documents to veronica@valleycan.org. You can go to our website, which is valleycan.org, and then choose the vehicle replacement program. And you can also start an online application there. We do have phone numbers that you can call and text. If you don't have an email address, as long as the documents that you're going to text in are visible and it's something we can use, we will allow documents to be texted into one of these numbers as well. Right now, there is a current delay on our applications. But for the most part, the timing of the program, works for a lot of people, and it's $9,500 to help you, with a vehicle that may be giving you problems, that you haven't been able to pass the smog, that continues to give you problems every time you have to do the smog. And instead of putting in more money to a vehicle that continues to break down, then the program can help you replace it with the vehicle that can help you save money on gas, especially with the gas prices that we have going on right now, and save you money on repairs. The type of vehicle that you can select is completely up to you, as long as it's a hybrid that meets the 35 miles per gallon minimum requirement, or as long as it's a plug-in vehicle. Make, model, price, color, all that is completely up to you. You select the dealership that you want to participate in. You select the vehicle that you're interested in purchasing. Once the application is approved, we will also guide you through the entire process. Once you submit the application, we let you know, okay, we have all your documents we require. We will submit it to the district for funding. Once a district has funded your application, then we also contact you and let you know, okay, your application has been funded. You can now proceed to one of the approved dealerships. Again, we will give you a list of the dealerships that are available. They are also listed on the website. You proceed to the dealership to select a vehicle. When you let the dealerships know that you're coming with Valley Can, they help you select a vehicle that qualifies for the program. They in turn send in a check request. In that check request, they let us know the type of car that you're selecting, so we know what incentive or check to order for you from the district. That check request is then submitted to the district. We have a turnaround time when it comes to the check request of about 15 days, where then the district release the check, and we schedule this transaction with you and the dealership, at which point is when we take ownership of your old car. So it'll happen at the dealership where we will take possession of your old car, and then you will take possession of the new car. You do have 5 days no questions asked to say, you know what, I decided I want to keep my old car. This is not something I'm interested in doing. I can't afford the payments. I changed my mind. Within those 5 days, then we can still return your old car to you. After the 5 days, those vehicles are crushed, they are destroyed, and then we can no longer provide you with your car. Another scenario would be, let's say that you purchased a car and you don't like the car. You do have 5 days to return it to the dealership as well, no questions asked, and select another vehicle. If you went from a hybrid and now you want to go to a plug-in, those, the dealerships that are participating in the program work with you to make sure that you are getting a car that you like, that will benefit you, that is something that you are comfortable with, that the payments are comfortable with. Unless you choose a car, of course, that a fully electric car, sometimes the incentive can almost help you pay it off 100%. Regarding, documentation, any questions you have as far as if you don't file taxes anymore, if you are retired, if you are on SSI, we will take the SSI awards letter. If there's other scenarios where you've been on unemployment or you haven't been working, we will work with the situation that you are currently living. We will present you with options that we have that we can work with you as far as documentation that's available for you to submit. Just feel free to give us a call or text us at any time with your questions, and we can walk you through the program, through the process. It's really simple to apply for the program. As long as you're able to get the documentation you require, you text it into us or you email into us, and we submit it into the system. We type it up for you, submit it to the system, submit it to the district, and walk you through the entire process. Unless you have any questions that I can help you with, this is how the program works, and this is what we're here to help you do, is to replace your vehicle for a newer, cleaner model.
Great. Thank you so much, Veronica, for that great presentation. We can go ahead and open it up for questions now. So again, if you have a question, please use the raise hand feature on the bottom of your screen, or you can press *9 on your phone to be unmuted. Any questions for Veronica? Again, if you feel more comfortable writing them in the Q&A section or in the chat, please do so. And I will read them out loud so we can answer your question.
And if you're interested in the future, our phone numbers are listed there on the presentation: 209-808-2939, 559-852-9282, 661-372-4112. And you can always text in your questions there as well, and we can assist you with them.
All right, with no questions, this concludes our 2022 Transform Fresno Summit. Thank you all for joining us today. I want to remind everyone that all sessions are being recorded and will be posted to the Transform Fresno website next week, along with all of the presentation materials. Before we close out, I want to thank our amazing team at Fresno EOC for helping organize this summit. Leo, Christine, Jose, Claudia, and Paula, I could not have done this without you. Thank you so much. We hope that everyone can join us for the 2023 Transform Fresno Summit next year. Hopefully that will be an in-person summit. And again, many thanks to the staff, presenters, and all of the participants that joined this year. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you.